The playground lies quiet under a midnight sky. Shadows slip into view as velociraptors approach, their eyes catching glints of moonlight. They move with cautious curiosity, heads tilting as they assess their surroundings. From ancient predators to curious newcomers, these raptors enter a world of human structures, learning with each step. One raptor nudges a swing, watching it move back and forth. Another claws at the base of a slide, its interest piqued by the metal's echo. Scientist 2, watching the feed. Wait, is that play behavior? Dr. Mara, leaning closer. No, this is exploration. They're not just curious. They're learning, analyzing. Visuals. A third raptor taps the seesaw and steps back as it shifts, seeming both surprised and intrigued. Instinct becomes curiosity, an evolution taking shape. The raptors gather, chirping as if communicating, one nudging another onto the slide, watching intently as it glides down. Scientist 2. This kind of mimicry is advanced. What else are they capable of learning? Dr. Mara, almost to herself. We're witnessing a new intelligence, faster than we thought. The raptors move to the playground's edge, pausing as if memorizing the space, before vanishing into the night, leaving an eerie stillness. Tonight, curiosity awakens a potential that may soon shift the balance between predator and prey. Streetlights cast a faint glow as a group of people returns home, their footsteps echoing in the quiet. Unseen, a velociraptor watches from the shadows, its eyes following their every move with a calculating gaze. It stays still, blending into the dark, its breathing barely audible. What was once a boundary now becomes a point of interest, a thin line between predator and prey, tested yet unbroken. The people enter their home, closing the door behind them, but the raptor remains, tracking them through the window, its head tilting as it observes their movements inside with unnerving intensity. Teenager inside house whispering, "Mom, there's something at the window. It's just staring at us." Another raptor prowls closer to a different house, pressing a claw against a glass window. Its gaze sharpens as it peers inside, eyes reflecting a cold, alien intelligence that sends shivers down the spine of anyone watching. Mom, nervously glancing at the window. "You're imagining things, aren't you?" The raptor shifts slightly, a low rumble barely audible, but its gaze never leaves the family, as if calculating their behavior, piecing together patterns it finds intriguing. No longer driven purely by instinct, they test these fragile boundaries, inching closer with each silent step. The raptor moves to another window, claw tapping the glass softly, observing the light within. The occupants shift uneasily, feeling the weight of its gaze. Scientist watching the live feed, uneasy. They're studying us, analyzing our movements, our routines. Dr. Mara, grimly. They're not here to hide. They're here to understand us. A raptor's head tilts as it sees a light switch off inside. It slinks closer to the window, as if curious about the sudden darkness, nostrils flaring as it takes in the scent. Narrator, voiceover. In the stillness, a new game begins. Proximity without pursuit, observation without attack. The raptors melt back into the shadows, leaving a tense silence behind. The neighborhood residents remain oblivious to how close they came to an encounter beyond comprehension. In their quiet retreat, a question lingers. Who is the true predator in this changing world? The raptors explore human defenses and boundaries. One tests a locked door, another investigates a garden shed, nudging at the latch. They split into groups, each investigating different types of human-built structures. Driven by the unfamiliar, they test the defenses humans rely on, each barrier becoming another puzzle for their evolving intelligence. Security officer in awe. They're testing our locks, our barriers. They're adapting faster than we anticipated, Dr. Mara. They're not just testing, they're strategizing. Raptors work together to hunt stray animals around the neighborhood. Using calculated strategies, to trap and corner their prey. They use signals to coordinate, showcasing higher levels of teamwork. Not mere predators, but a force of organized intelligence. They hunt with a precision that defies expectation. Sciences #1. It's like they're learning tactics beyond simple hunting. Dr. Mara. They're evolving in real time, pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. Raptors leave claw marks on walls, chew wires, and scatter objects across yards. They seem to mark their new territory, leaving clues of their presence as they prepare for more advanced interactions. Instincts transform into methods, and the neighborhood becomes their canvas, a map of symbols that blur the line between animal and strategy. Security officer, watching with fear. They're marking territory, like they're claiming it. Dr. Mara, whispering. They're preparing for what? I don't know. A group of police officers responds to calls of strange animals in the neighborhood. When they confront a velociraptor, the creature analyzes them first before escaping, not in fear, but in calculated retreat. As humans begin to react, so do the raptors, challenging each interaction, testing the resolve of those who would become their rivals. Police officer to another officer. This isn't some wild animal. It knows us. Dr. Mara, watching remotely horrified. They're evolving to match us. They're reading us as much as we're reading them. Dr. Mara, shaken, reviews footage, realizing that the velociraptors are more than just ancient predators. They're intelligent beings adapting to the human domain. She concludes that this evolution may be unstoppable. In a world that humans once controlled, an ancient species rises anew, bringing with it the unknown dangers of evolution and adaptation. Dr. Mara, alarmed. If we don't intervene, they'll become something else entirely.